This girl is a freaking genius. Hello all of you beautiful people out there and my loyal minions. It's your Hypnogod, the Mastermind, whatever you want to call me. Just call me Fred. Fred's cool. And it's been so long since I put out a video and you're probably wondering, well, what's been going on with your life with this whole quarantine thing? And well, I'll like to talk a little bit more about some of the things I've been doing, like how to create your own financial fortress and some other things I think you would definitely benefit from. So basically stashing up on cash and finances so that way I can use that later down the line. Anyways, that could be a whole video in itself in entirety, but I thought why not take the time to just look over the comments, and I still reply to your comments, so be sure to smash like. So that way YouTube's like, hey, this guy's relevant and also awesome. And also be sure to comment stuff that you want to see, because today I'm going to be doing a video because of a comment. This is something that I've done previously, and that is going over some different formats. In this case, anime is a huge thing. And of course, I've been growing up with that kind of stuff. Asian, no shit. So today we're going to be going over an episode. This came out, say, a few weeks ago. It's fairly new in the season. Funimation put this out, and just so I put it out there, Funimation, this is not a substitute to watch any of your content. This is more reviewing, educational kind of thing. You get the point. This is not an alternative for people to watch your material. This is just me going over stuff, breaking things down, and explaining things from a hypnosis perspective. Because in this episode, it does cover a little bit that is more hypnosis related. Hey guys, Fred the Future here. Now originally when I shot this video, I was watching the video and breaking things down in real time, as you usually see in the videos of the past. However, even with the algorithm catching the specific clip, and I filed a dispute like I normally do, saying how this is an educational video and how this would actually benefit the original creator's show in essence, Kadokawa Corporation decided, nah, we're just not going to be cool with this and just cockblock you from the entire world. So what I would recommend is actually watching this episode, which is Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, episode 3, either on Funimation, which is one of their third-party sites, or if you feel like that they're being a total douche towards YouTube creators, you can pirate it, whatever works. Once you get the video taken care of, you can use that as reference as we go along through the rest of this one. Enjoy. Now, the character, and I'm going to actually say this series, I'll put it up, whatever, right? It's called Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. And basically the whole plot of the story is, main character is pretty antisocial, quiet, wants to be by himself, and then he has this younger, in this case it's just a grade difference really, and a grade difference classmate friend that they've known for a long time, and they're just, she just wants him to hang out and be social and actually be a human being. It's amusing, and especially during the time of quarantine, people just want that skinship. And well, if you actually watch through from the very beginning of this specific series, it satisfies male fantasies. All right, so let's go to just a bit. I'm gonna only be looking at only that one small segment that features some of the hypnosis stuff. And if you want to actually check out the whole episode and get the entire context, feel free to do so by going over to Funimation. I'm not sponsored or anything by that, but go to your local anime viewing source, hell, even buy the source material when it comes out. Anyways, let's get right to the cool stuff. And thank you for that one comment, which I don't remember, the guy who said it, to do another one of these, and these are always fun. Oh, and don't forget to press like if you haven't done already. It's an easy investment. Makes the world go round. Never, I mean, it's a classic. You never can get old, the whole trope. You just make a makeshift pendulum. And, in this case, literally having a book out. It's like, I think in terms of media, having like the Beginner's Guide to Hypnosis book or Hypnosis for Dummies along with the pendulum, I think it's a new thing that different shows and series and things out there are implementing, and the book is just an added bonus for just the hilarity of the situation. Let's actually get into the gritty details, and you'll see why this gets pretty this has some pretty meaty, I'll get into it. I mean, I already seen it anyway, but I'll break it down for you. Now, this episode in particular that I wanted to cover, this segment, is especially great because we're going to go over exactly how to spot people that are faking hypnosis. And of course, the line, simple people really are easiest to hypnotize, is actually a lie. The more intelligent you are, the more likely you are to be hypnotized. There's been numerous studies showing that lower than average IQ doesn't really work out when it comes to the whole hypnosis thing. Anyways, we're going to see how this whole fakeness goes about. I'll break down the rest of it. Let's keep it going, because you definitely want to see more of those spicy melons. Okay, so just to give you a little more context, and for those of you that aren't from an Asian background, coming from a Korean background, we do have something similar. It's like we call people that are older than us a specific honorific, and we address them a certain way. Japanese culture is pretty similar. So also in this case, I'm not sure, Korea is pretty laid back, but in Japan, it's very professional, and they typically use just the last names as they address each other. If they address each other by the first name, it's very intimate, and oftentimes people associate the two people, in this case, guy and a girl, or whatever you're into, talking to each other on a first name basis. They're clearly dating or whatever. And of course, this is the hurdle that he has to kind of go over. And obviously, he's faking it. And if he's embarrassed, we're going to go into more on exactly how to test to see if someone's faking hypnosis. So this is where it gets a little interesting. Okay, that line right there, but if that's all it takes to make her happy, it's a very specific line. And aside from people that are faking it, there's also people that come up on stage. In this case, I've seen it in other hypnosis shows. Typically, whenever I do a hypnosis show and really hypnotize someone, I make sure that they're legitimately in. And again, later in this video, you're going to see, and I'm going to break down exactly what a possible test you can do is. And there are cases, lots of cases that I've seen of hypnosis shows where a hypnotist brings a bunch of people on stage and they're just literally guilt trip into making the hypnotist look good. So that line kind of brought that little memory and thing for me to talk about. So in this case, he's actually just playing along. So that's why the whole, oh, I wasn't hypnotized, I was playing along, that dynamic is because the hypnotist didn't properly survey and make sure that the people that he works with, or he or she works with, is legitimately hypnotized. There's a lot of working parts, and obviously in this, Hana here is clearly lacking in terms of what steps were necessary to get him actually under. She just did it because why the hell not? It's anime. This girl is a freaking genius without even realizing it. And one of the things that you can do is, if someone really is hypnotized, you can actually get them to do things that you never would expect them to do. Now, there's an instance where I've actually hypnotized this one kid, and he's very shy and reserved, and he's like, I want to try. I'm like, okay, why not? And break him out of his shell and everything. Typically, what people would expect of this person is that he would not like do anything outlandish or flamboyant. But I made him think he was Superman, so he went around the party beating down balloons and everything. It was hilarious, and doing things as outrageous or beyond the person's comfort zone while they're under is a clear indication, and depending on whether they do it or not and how they do it, you can tell if someone really is faking. In this case, the response is exactly what she wanted. She didn't catch the subtle cues of like how he responded, because typically when the person is hypnotized, the way that they respond is not quite as verbal as you see here. This is more of like, okay, obviously he's thinking, he's conscious, he's actually processing all the information as he would normally. Rather, with a hypnotized subject, they process information slightly differently. It seems similar, but there's a lot of differences. And I go over in my course in exactly how and what you need to look for in terms of techniques and working with subjects to really make sure that they are hypnotized and you can make the most out of the session or show. All right, let's continue on. That the hypnotist being hypnotized you know, I haven't seen it happen often, but I can't deny that it is a possibility. And this is always a fun thing to do, just break stuff down. And if you guys liked game theory and any of the other type of channel shows out there that break stuff down and look at things at like a hyper analytical, logical level, it's always fun. That's why I like doing these kind of things, and I really appreciate you guys for supporting my channel, smashing the like button, and also sharing the content, putting some comments down below so I can, you know, work on some other cool things as well. I've been looking to find the time to put these videos together, whether it be reaction videos like this or something different. Now, because of the climate and everything else, I'm gonna have to get a little creative, so comments do help. And your support on the overall channel by, you know, liking. And if you haven't subscribed, I know that 90% of the people watching my content aren't subscribers. So just slapping subscribe and just ringing the bell icon makes life a lot easier. And you'll be able to see a lot more cool stuff. I have a lot of things planned. It's just a matter of finding the time, putting it together. And your commitment and your support really, really makes my day. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you found it fun, educational, and I'll see you guys in another video.